can just mirror from here, and this is where the broken bridge is. So that means I can just go straight up and use the hookshot here. And then a portal that I actually had to look up to know where it was, because this is random as all hell. Like, why is there even a portal down here? This doesn't really make a whole lot of sense, but you know what? I'll take it, because it's a little bit quicker getting in here. The thing on the left there is the one you want to go, and the thing on the right is a shop. So I guess if you really need an inflated twice red potion, then you could go there. But we obviously don't. You can't even get bombs there, I don't think, because I think that gets replaced by a small shield in the Dark World. So here we are just going to make that disappear, and eventually we'll get the chest, another heart piece, and the mirror shield. Okay, we haven't even found red shield yet. Yes, red shield is in the chest as well, by the way, so it's definitely possible that we'll find it later, but apparently we have the mirror shield now, so we're looking pretty endgamey in terms of our stuff here. That's fine, I don't mind that at all. So here you need a hookshot. It is technically possible to reach this chest at the bottom without the hookshot. So in past versions of the randomizer, as far as I'm aware, the hookshot was possible to spawn there, but so many people like complained about it that they removed it from that particular part. Which, slight shame, but you know, I can understand why people would complain at that, because that is a really annoying spot for it to be. If you have ether, you can see the floor there, but of course we don't. Just don't really need to have ether to see that. I still need a bomb out, and then I need to switch to mirror. I think it's a shop that's at the top of one of these as well. There's a lot of useless shops in this game. Most of the time you don't really need the shops at all. But here we can get ourselves Canis Somaria. And I should check what Turtle Rock needs. I don't have any medallions, but just so I know what I need here, I'm gonna check the requirements for Turtle Rock before I go down. And it needs Bombos. Okay, so between Misery Mire and Ice Palace, there has to be both Quake and Bombos. Misery Mire pretty much could have Bombos, but Quake absolutely needs to be in... it either needs to be with the Bridge Hobo here, which is where we're going to go now and take a look, or it has to be in Ice Palace. Ice Palace has a lot of items available, so it is definitely possible that it is there. Oh, it could also be on the cliffside thing. I forgot about that, so we'll need to check that on the way past as well. So just as we eventually get up here, swimming can be a little bit awkward sometimes. Just because it sort of clips you against the walls a lot, and it takes a lot to accelerate your swim, so which is fine. That's kind of what you would expect for a swim, but so that's not especially useful. Heart piece is not what I was hoping to see off of you there, Mr. Guy. I think it's still much faster to sort of walk back down here. So let's go ahead and see what is on the cliffside, as well as getting zapped by a dude. If you have the golden sword, you don't actually get zapped by those things, so that's kind of cool. That's another thing, I thought tempered sword was enough to not get zapped by them, but apparently not. So, on this cliffside there is 20 rupees. That is absolutely useless, so we don't have to worry about that item. That is normally a piece of heart, obviously, so yeah, that's fine. And even with the magic count that I have right now, because I have quarter magic, there is no issue coming in here. Fun fact, if you don't have the fire rod, you can still do this dungeon, because you can use Bombos to clear out all of the things here. You actually one-shot the first phase of Kholdstare if you use Bombos against it, which is actually really cool. I quite enjoy that. Unfortunately, I do not have any screen clearing nukes of mass destruction right now, so kinda have to just rely on the tools that I have. So this room, I think I want to just do the sword spin first. Normally I'd try and clear this out with Bombos, but obviously I don't have it right now. There is a chest in here. This normally has, I think it is the compass. This time of course it was a small key. Quite often the big key ends up in there, so gotta keep that in mind. And then with the rest of here, we're just going to skip across. Don't even want to kill those guys, although they are generating quite a lot of lag, which is annoying, but don't want to kill them. Doesn't really matter too much anyway. So with this, there's a neat little trick that you can just sort of put the bomb on the side. That's not going to be close enough. Yeah, you can put the bomb on the side there, and it explodes the switch. You could use the cane of Somaria, you could use a bomb on the other side and it works just as well, but yeah. So these things, I know there is a quick kill strategy of knocking that guy into the center, but I am not a speedrunner, I do not really know these sorts of things that well. This room is one of my least favourite rooms in the game. I have been getting slowly better at it, but it is still one of my least favourite rooms ever, and it's still very easy to get hit in. It's actually the first time I've been hit in that room for a while though, but it's fine. Remember what I said with the hookshot and invincibility as it's working, so you can just kind of skip through that. And I think here is where the fire rod will be coming in handy in a minute or two. Grab the extra magic as well. Funny enough, they actually take 2 hits to kill with the fire rod, but they take only 1 hit with Bombos. And I still have no idea why they take so much sword punishment, the penguin things, but they only take 1 hit from the hookshot. Seems really bizarre. Anyway, there's an often forgotten about chest in here, which again very often has the big key. Fortunately not this time, so we are going to have to go around the outside, but it's okay. We have to do that anyway because there's a lot of items that we need. Small key in here, you may or may not need it in the end, but worth remembering about anyway. I am failing hardcore at hitting buttons, but what else is new? Gonna get my magic drain there. Unfortunately, no matter what level of magic you have, the anti-fairies will drain the same amount from you. Man, I really did not get this done right. It's fine. This room is also one of my least favorites because what the hell is that physics? You know, that is absolutely ridiculous. Chest in here, that has a big key. Okay, so that's kind of okay. We still need to go the whole way around because map and compass have been picked up already, so I need to open all the chests at this point. Not too big a deal. So if I was just kind of skipping through, then I could go to the big key again, like the big key chest. Sorry, the big chest. It's a big key chest. I don't know. It's a chest that needs the thing. Oh, fire rod's actually pretty handy here. This place is really annoying to deal with because you've got to kill the stupid things to get across. But I guess if you've got the fire rod out, then you can just kind of burn them first. Burn first, ask questions later. It's kind of cool. So there is a chest there. I'm going to pick it up on the way back down because that door is the quickest way to exit the area. There's another often forgotten about chest in this room, which obviously we will be picking up as soon as I get debunnied, because apparently I forgot to do that. So that opens up the door, and then over here is a thing for a chest that you definitely do want to pick up. There's our Bombos, so we're able to enter Turtle Rock. Oh, I guess it's possible then that Turtle Rock has got Quake. But Quake is here as well. Okay, so this is just the Temple of Medallions, obviously. Yeah, you can pull this thing in order to get back down here, so you don't have to go the whole way around the dungeon again, which is pretty good. There's no reason to kill all the enemies in that room. They don't actually drop anything for doing so, so that's fine. And then this chest has ourselves another small key, because there's a couple of small key doors I think we haven't opened, so that explains that. Yeah, there's 2 small key doors down the bottom. If you're trying to do this place normally, then you'll need the last one there. So you're supposed to bomb the left-hand side of this in order to get the chest, but because we're playing on Japanese version, you can do that. So as I've said before, oh no, I didn't have the compass. As I said before, the blocks, you can do stuff through the blocks when you are pushing them. And that means using the hookshot as well. And the hookshot can clip onto those weird walls, which makes it pretty handy. So this is why we have Somaria. This place is not that bad, but it's kind of annoying to do normally, so Somaria just makes it so much more family oriented. Kill that guy because he's in the way, and then we need hammer and fire rod. Like I said, Bombos can one-shot this first phase, but it's slower than using the fire rod, so I'm just going to use the fire rod. 8 hits it takes. Here you want to kind of push him into the corner if you can. Obviously this guy does a ton of damage normally, but I have red mail, so it's okay. Also generates a lot of lag, which is annoying, but pretty easy to deal with that. So, since we have Quake, we are going to go and do Misery Maya as our next dungeon. There aren't any more items that I need to complete the game, so the quest at this point is find the big key and just go. I don't need anything else in there, so hopefully the big key is in one of the early chests and we can just jet. That would be nice. I'm definitely quite far behind my normal sort of time at this point, but considering I've had to get Master Sword in order to clear this seed, I think it's okay. Like I said, this has been kind of a slow seed anyway, because of the fact of, yeah, you had to get Master Sword, right? Or did I have to get Master Sword? I could have gotten the cape instead, I think, but it would have required a lot of finagling to get. Those guys do 4 hearts of damage, really? Jeez. I mean, I guess you never normally get hit by them, but wow, that's a lot of damage. I used the wrong freaking thing. For some reason I was just thinking, oh yeah, Bombos is the first one I need to use. Nope. It is Quake. So, out of all of the medallions, Bombos is definitely the most useful one, I think. Although, Ether is pretty good if you want more magic out, it's a bit more efficient that way. I think it takes slightly less magic, and it also ends up giving you enemies to hammer so you can get more magic out. Also, if you're not bad, you can do a little tricksy thing here so that you can not have to use the hookshot. But apparently it doesn't want to work today. Oh, I think I know why. It's because I'm too close to the end before I start. There we go. Pretty easy, really. So yeah, fire rod, very, very powerful. Obviously pretty good for killing a bunch of dudes. Not so good if you end up missing your shots, though. Not so good if you miss shots, but it's fine. Even with all of that use of it, I still have over half my magic. This is kind of ridiculous. So the strategy for this place, most of the time I go, well, I think the idea is to go up the top here first, and then, well, push the block, get the thing up here. I have had this be the big key before, so if that is the case again, I would be very happy, but we'll see. Nope, just a small key. There's only one item to get in this entire dungeon, because most of the chests in this dungeon are small keys. So this is not really a dungeon you'd necessarily want to go to if you're looking for things. If you have the cape or Cane of Burner, you can go ahead and do this without taking damage. There's the big key. Alright, we're just gonna go. Screw exploring the rest of this place. We're gonna jet. One thing to remember when you're doing this, though, is you need to remember that you have not triggered the crystal switch. So you actually don't need to do one of the little puzzle bits down here. I actually forgot that in one of my runs a few days ago, where I just found the big key immediately. I didn't need any items in here, and I forgot that I didn't hit the crystal switch, so yeah. So normally what you would have to do is hit the crystal switch at the top there before you could go through here, But yeah, we kind of don't have to do that now. It's pretty useful. We do have to hit the one that's in here though. So just go ahead and do that real quick. And from there, the rest of this place is pretty simple. We're gonna have the magic cape out because I like using the cape against Virtuous. Just go ahead and grab ourselves a little bit extra magic for that. And yeah, it's already at boss time. Since you don't need any extra stuff in here, it is super nice. I mean, I find this in some of the randomizer stuff that you end up just getting to the point where you have all the items that you need, so you just don't actually have to super clear most of the dungeons, right? You can, I mean, especially if you still want the items yourself for, wow, how am I hitting that one from there? It's kind of weird. Yeah, I mean, if you still want the items for actually, well, maybe going for 100%, or if you need them because you're a little bit less experienced with the game, it's still very possible to do, and it's nice to get them, but once you've started getting to the sort of point where you know, right, this is all I need to finish the game, it's neat being able to just ignore everything, and just as soon as you find a big key, you go. And the nice thing there is that we didn't even have to explore the most annoying parts of that dungeon either, because of the fact that we already found the big key super early. Normally you have to go a big long way around with like fire torches, lighting torches and stuff like that there. It takes a long time to get the big key, and then you have to go to the big chest and get a cane of Somaria, and it's just a pain in the butt. But yeah, randomizers sometimes have that neat little thing where you just don't have to do any of that. It's going to be a similar sort of principle in Turtle Rock as well. We don't actually need a whole ton of stuff out of there, so it's going to be quite good. The main reason I'm coming here first is because I want silver arrows and the golden sword before I go up to Ganon's tower. Silver arrows are really helpful because I'm pretty bad at some of the stuff in Ganon's tower, and that essentially, I didn't need to buy bombs there as well or whatever. That essentially means that I kind of want to use the silver arrows to one-shot things like the red mice mimic things that would normally be two-shot, because some of the rooms are incredibly irritating without that. Using the mirror here, because we've defeated Aghanim, this is just a little bit quicker to get to the pyramid. And I should maybe note that when you're doing this sort of stuff, the items that you get from the fairies for filling up bottles are also randomized. So you might get a green potion like you used to, you might get a blue potion, or you might even get a bee. So, you know, really random item stuff here. But yeah, silver arrow is incredibly good. The level 4 sword is actually really good for Trinexx as well, because it means you only have to do 3 hits against him instead of 4. So I think it's like 5 or 6 actually you need with the regular tempered sword, unless you get your spin attacks really well. Which spin attacking Trinexx is kind of difficult after the first phase. Well, after his initial exit of the shell, I should say. And even then, that's kind of tough to time because the game lags when it's exploding the shell. So, you know, not the easiest of things to time out. Okay, so can I warp here, or do I have to go back? I can't warp there. And then we need the bird. Now we just one-shot everything, and it's really cool. So, unfortunately we do not have the extra warp point from our dear friend, the GBA version of this game. But it's okay, because we still have our way up here. It does take a little bit longer, and that is kind of annoying, but you know, it's just a little bit more game time to enjoy, right? Which is fine by me. So going up this side, I believe it is quicker to do this this way around. rather than going up the other way. At least I feel like it's faster if you don't need any of the item stuff there. And yeah, it just makes more sense because you can very quickly get up to where the thing is here. Yeah, in the GBA version there's actually a 9th warp point that appears here once you've opened up Turtle Rock. Or once you've opened up the portal to Turtle Rock. There is a 9th teleport spot that appears here. Just a shame that it doesn't appear in this game, but you know what, I imagine that would be kind of awkward to try and code in. So, just a quick thing, Bombos, you see how little magic that takes up? It's so nice. And oh no, there's screen tearing! Okay, once again, plan out of here, basically pick up as many small keys as you can as well, but pretty much we don't need any items here. And that's good because, like I've said, Ice Rod can be in this place and it's really painful when it is, because you just go, oh god, how have I not picked up one item in the game and that's where it is or something. No, in this case it is just go. This usually has a key of some sort. It's the compass room. Usually has some sort of key in there, so worth checking that first. I find that people have different strategies for that particular one, which I find is kind of interesting. Usually I will check that first and then just go around the top over here because I feel like it's quicker. I need a fire rod. But some people check that last once they've... no! Okay. Once you've done this normally takes a long time to go around, and the torches have a habit of turning off by the time you would get back around there. But if you use the hookshot, just take a thing of damage, it's not that big a deal. And you can get all of the things you need. I could have just kept going there, whatever. Doesn't really matter using the cape magic there because there is a full restore here. It does matter a little bit. What am I doing? It does matter a little bit if you're using the less than half magic, you know. If you haven't managed to pick up half magic yet, because you know magic powder can be in Ganon's tower, then you may struggle a little bit more to get that done. This room is butts. Chain Chomp is really annoying in this game. Like, it always seems to absorb my freaking block as well, which is so dumb. But there is a chest in here, which is really important to pick up. There's the big key. Like I said, really important to pick up that chest. So, do not neglect that one. You really need to get that. I always seem to take a hit there. For some reason, like, other people don't take a hit there, but I always seem to, so whatever. But yeah, Chain Chomps do like 4 hearts of damage, even when you've got Rent Mail, they do 2 hearts, which is a lot of damage to take in one go. So here, you want to go ahead, normal sort of speedrun route with this, you want to go ahead and grab the small key that is here. You don't need to grab the chest there unless you're looking for items still. You just need to kill this guy. And grab his thing. I actually don't remember what way around you need that crystal switch. I think it's on orange. But yeah, normally the big key is in that chest there and you would come back round this way anyway. But since we don't need the big key, we're gonna skip that. There's probably like the compass or something in there, but we obviously don't care about that. Aw man, the fireball spitter kind of stopped my quick kill there. That's fine. So from here, again, we don't need to look at where the mirror shield is. We don't need to look in the cave outside of Turtle Rock that you you magic mirror to. So that's fine. This is one of the few walls of the game that you can actually just dash to. I mean, you can see the little crack thing around it, so you can just dash into that one. The room on the left-hand side there is a bonus money room, or a way to get to a bonus money room. It's a really weird one. You have to kill all the slimes that are in there. And then, once you've done that, the block becomes pushable. And it's kind of cool, but at the same time, it's like, why? You know? What is the purpose of a blue rupee, like, bonus room at this stage of the game? I don't know. Maybe you need the money again for more blue potions or something. Who knows? We have an extra key, which is really good because that means I don't have to bother with any of the freaking chests down the bottom here. There's 4 chests in the room below, one of those usually has a key, and it's kind of annoying to go through the eye lasers in order to get that. But it's okay. Cane of Somaria, pretty useful here. Magical Boomerang also works very well for those things. The bow works as well, it's just a bit slower. But yeah, very handy to have around. And we need Ice Rod first. Reason you want to go Ice Rod first here is because the Firehead is the first one that separates from the body of Trinexx here. So you want to hit that. And then, I didn't get the timing right. So you can't open the pause menu when the thing is exploding. So what you want to do is with a golden sword, you want to time that 3rd swing so that you open the menu as you start it. I didn't get the spin attack timing right. That's fine. And boom, 3 hits. So yeah, you want to time it so that the the 3rd sword swing hits as you're opening the menu, so that you can switch to the fire rod. You can get the kill on the head, and you can just start killing the other one, and it's really quick. But if you miss it, then you've got to wait for the head to explode so you can open the menu again. I guess it would have been a bit too much to work with otherwise. I don't know. This has been a hell of a slow seed though.